Day when he attended the opening of his new Fame-style school. The Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts, supported by private, government and European money, has been built on the site of the former Beatles' own boyhood school.
In the Granada region now, read by So Rahman.
Officially opened by the former Beatle earlier today. The Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts is the culmination of the project first started by Paul McCartney 6 years ago. Terry McMahon reports.
Paul McCartney flew into Liverpool for a ceremony which saw his old school return to its former glory. Fans turned out to greet the star, who was coming home to crown 6 years of planning and preparation. The £12 million project has been set up in his former school, the old Liverpool Institute, which closed in 1985. The former Beatle wanted to save the Victorian building, so came up with the idea to turn it into a school for talented youngsters. He donated £1 million of his own money for the Performing Arts Centre, which also received backing from local businesses. The new auditorium can seat 500 people, and already hundreds of students from around the world have signed up for the 3-year courses.
The Mersey Docks and Harbour Company is a
Arts Club Band. Buckingham Palace said opera singer winding road to stardom was made a little bit easier today thanks to Paul McCartney. He returned to Liverpool to open a new Fame school for budding stars, and Ben McCarthy was there.
Reviving memories of the fans that helped to make him famous, Paul McCartney returned to Liverpool today for the inauguration of a school for others who want to follow in his footsteps to stardom. The Institute is on the site of Paul McCartney's old school. But it now runs degree courses in music, dance and drama and will teach the skills required for practical management in the arts. The former Beatle has pumped £1 million of his own money into the project. It's even received a cash donation from the Queen. Today's ceremony had the kind of showbiz atmosphere which the students hope they'll one day enjoy. For the man who's already made it to the top, an emotional moment.
One of my great feelings now is how proud my mum and dad would have been if they could have been here. But I won't get into that because I'll start crying. The very best of luck. You will need it, but keep at it. And even though, as Peter said, it was a hard day's night, we can work it out.
Paul McCartney will soon be back at the school teaching songwriting as part of the curriculum. And he says he might be able to pass on a few tricks of the trade. Ben McCarthy, ITN, Liverpool.
On News at 10 with...
School to help others on the long and winding road to fame. That's later on now. It's over.
Realised yet another dream today when his old school was officially reopened for business. Show business. He joined 200 students and supporters of the brand new Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts. I went along too.
It was Beatlemania revisited as Paul McCartney entered his old school gate. The building, which had fallen derelict, sparked McCartney's idea back in the early 80s to build a Fame school where students of all ages could learn all about all aspects of the entertainment industry. Students from all over the world and from the Northwest are already studying here. Today was the first time everyone concerned with the building of an institution that's generated worldwide interest had come together. The media were packed into one gallery theatre while the presentation, including a speech from Paul McCartney, went on in a neighbouring auditorium. Afterwards, Paul McCartney himself spoke about the project.
It's not that we're trying to teach them to write songs. Hopefully they'll do that themselves. They'll have the talent. We're hoping to nurture it, give them some management skills, show them other sides of the industry. I think you can teach that. So we're hoping that we've created something different here. The kids themselves are the ones who are going to have the talent. We can't inject them with talent.
The project has received support from far and wide, even from the Queen. McCartney, who has referred to himself as a scruff from Speak, was asked what it was like now to have royal approval.
I always think of as a very sensible person, Your Majesty. Down to the bloody tower now. I think, she's a great figurehead, and I'm very proud that she's donated to the school and is coming in June to the official opening.
After the press conference, Paul McCartney went to meet some of the students. Behind me, there's a post-press conference debriefing for the Norwegian contingent of the 200 students here already. Let's find out what they thought of Paul McCartney.
I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it. It was really exciting. And I was like, wow, I do know him. I have seen him in pictures. He's quite the same.
Next, it was a case of hello, goodbye as Paul McCartney left and the enthusiastic crowd that had waited in the cold began to cheer once more. Next year, the Institute hopes to swell its student ranks to 700 and other similar schools are expected to follow.
Yeah, we set the trends here.
Case for Mulder and